as you can see, Brad did finally get the car engaged, and here's what he said on the radio.
There we go. I don't need no stinking clutch.
Well, let's take a look at the championship points lead. Even though Carl Edwards does finish second, he loses a little bit more ground, and the gap now 347. No changes in the top 10, and even Carl said it's going to be an awfully long shot for him. It's going to take major collapse by Brad, and there is certainly no collapse today as Keselowski goes back-to-back here at Michigan. He has made it to the winner's circle as the celebration is about to begin. And look at the smile on his face. Remember, just about 90 miles away is where he grew up. Dave, let's send it down to you.
And Marty, we started the day asking Brad if anything could top last year, and you told me one thing. Did it?
Yeah. This one was even harder, and lost the clutch and kind of killed the burnout there, but I was trying. I couldn't get it to run, but couldn't get out of the pit stall, and kept losing spots on pit road because of that, but just fought back from adversity with an awesome Dodge Challenger. These new cars are sweet to drive, and they're even better to drive when you got one as fast as Dodge gave me with this Challenger. So proud of everybody on this Discount Tire team, and we want to win races going for the championship. We don't just want to coast through it, and we're racing as hard as we can for all these people that are working their butts off at Penske Racing, and for those fans that support us up here, especially here in Michigan. These are my guys, and love every one of them, so it's awesome to win in front of them.
Now, about those wins, Brad, your crew chief wanted to talk you into staying out for the Owners' Championship idea. How bad did you want to stay out because that clutch was so gone?
Well, I wasn't sure what the right way was to go. Knowing that the 18's behind us, he can see what we're doing, do the opposite, and naturally take advantage of it, but our car was just that good. It didn't matter.
Brad, I know you grabbed the American flag because your foundation is supporting a big group this weekend.
Yeah, we've got my first event for the foundation. I just started the Checkered Flag Foundation tomorrow for wounded warriors, a bunch of soldiers that have been serving that have been hurt or wounded, and can't wait to support them, and Little American Flag action for them as well.
What do you think they're going to think of what you did today?
I hope they're supportive. They're a great group. I've met a few of them already, and can't wait to have some fun with them tomorrow.
Brad Keselowski takes Dodge to victory lane for the 4th time in 2010.
Brad Keselowski,
it was a close one. Carl Edwards chased him all the way to the line, and what was the difference? I mean, when you look at 200ths of a second, there's not much of a difference, but what made the difference today at the end?
200 seconds between me and Brad? What'd you say? No, 200s between me and Kyle. Oh. Yeah, we had a really well-balanced Valvoline Ford Mustang. I thought if that last caution didn't come out, Brad was so much faster, and I thought, man, this is going to time just right, and this is going to be a heck of a battle at the end. The caution came out, though, and Brad and those guys, man, they just took off. So congrats to them. We raced side by side, very clean all day, and it was a fun race. I just wish our car was a little faster, but for having a new car and for coming out here with the new Mustang and finishing second, being that strong, I felt like it was a pretty decent day.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions, a lot of unknowns coming into this race today. How would you evaluate how the car raced today?
I thought the car raced really well, and I noticed some teams struggled and some teams did really well with it, and I think as we go on, we learn a little bit more. It'll become very, very competitive like the Cup Series, but we just didn't have enough for them today. I'm pretty excited about tomorrow, though. I think we got a good Aflac Fusion for tomorrow, so we'll just go race.
We'll look forward to bringing that one to you fans as well. Carl Edwards, second today.
Well, and we mentioned earlier the owner points. Well, it was 30 coming in. It is now down to 4. And you notice Gibbs and Penske, between the two of these teams, they have now won 14 of the last 18 nationwide races. And Dr. Jerry Punch is with the man who finished third, Kyle Busch.
After what would have been a frustrating weekend, Kyle Busch manages somehow, Kyle, to come back and bring this car into the top 5. Take us through that last pit stop and that charge toward the front.
Just 4 tires was pretty good there at the end, but can't thank Jason and the guys enough. I mean, they did work their butts off all weekend, and we missed it pretty bad. We didn't have a third-place car at all. I mean, we just fought all day and tried to do the best we could with the Z-Line Designs Camry and gave it a run for the money there at the end, but just real unfortunate that we're so far behind on the COT program.
What happened with you and Carl? You guys are side by side those last couple laps. Looked like you might get him, and he comes back, and you come forward?
Ain't nothing but side drafting at Michigan. Same old stuff.
And what happened with the splitter? I know you guys had some issues like mid-race.
Yeah, just when you drag it, you wear it out, and you don't have any more front downforce.
All right, Kyle Busch charging back for a top 5.
And Doc, Danica Patrick brought it home 27th. I know that this may not have been the run you were looking for, but how would you assess it?
I guess I'm kind of glad I just held on to it for the first half of the race. It was very hard to drive. I mean, it was loose all the way around, getting in the middle, getting off. I felt like I was just tiptoeing around out there, and it's a shame. We really, you know, the Hot Wheels car was good all weekend. It really was, and I really wanted to do well. It's they're paying out for the year for me, and it had just been going well. We were in the top 20 the whole time, all weekend practice. Qualifying, we had a little loose moment, like I said earlier, that would have put us still up there in the top 20 again. And you know, I think by the end of the race we were kind of running those kinds of laps, but it just, you know, we were just so loose to start that we weren't able to stay up there. And you know, unfortunately, it's you know, it's kind of the way it's been for me this year. The first half of the race, I learned what I need for the last half of the race. So I think, needless to say, we're going to tighten it up a whole bunch for the next one so that we can at least just run. I mean, if it was tight, I could have at least run around the top and just, you know, use the wall to drive around. But it was really loose.
Well, Doc, at least you got to love the attitude. Danica still has a smile on her face. The next time she'll be on the track in the Nationwide Series, Dover.
And that should be a fun one for her as well. Now, I'm with Justin Allgaier. And, Justin, the day finished fine but began poorly. Tell us what happened on lap 2.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, I kind of underestimated the splitter on this car and the downforce the way they were. And, you know, Ryan Newman somehow or another got into the fence, and I was right behind him. And had the wheels cut left, it was just still going right. But all in all, it was a great day for the Verizon Dodge Challenger. I couldn't be happier of Penske Racing and Dodge for debuting this new car. It's just a lot of fun to run, and Nationwide does such a great job with this series. I hope the fans enjoyed the race, and just thank God for giving me the ability to come out and do this.
What are your impressions of the new car? Second time you've run it. I know a lot of guys said the jury was still out after Daytona, but what do you think about it now?
You know what? This car is awesome. That was probably one of the most fun races I've ever run, short of winning the race at Bristol earlier this year. And, you know, I got to say congratulations to Brad and Dodge and getting in victory lane. We should have been in victory lane at Daytona, and unfortunately we just couldn't seal the deal. So got in victory lane here, two top 5 finishes for Penske Racing and for Dodge. And I feel like that this car really kind of cleans the slate and opens up a new avenue for all these teams to really work on. And I feel like that all the guys at Penske Racing ought to hold their heads very high this week because they did their job for sure.
Well said, indeed. Justin Allgaier, 4th today and 4th in the points. Vince?
Standing by with Paul Menard, another one of those Fords in the top 5. A couple of them in the top 5 with Carl Edwards. And good day today. How was it from your seat?
It was a lot of fun. Our Mustang drove really good all afternoon. The guys at Roush Yates made a little bit more horsepower for us this weekend. We ran up front all day. The cars are a lot of fun to drive. We didn't get as aero tight as what you get with the old style cars, I felt, and they suck up really good. It's a lot of fun. You can run up top, get good runs on people, then pass somebody, then they stick right with you because you're drafting. It's a lot of fun. Really proud of the guys. Awesome pit stops. Pusha and the boys did a really good job all weekend. I hit the wall yesterday. They fixed it and had a good car.
Yeah, these guys have really done a nice job of late. Paul Menard finishing 5th today in the 98.
And at the beginning of the day, we mentioned about 6 of the top 8 were Nationwide regulars, and 3 of them were on the young side, like 18, 19, and 21 years old. We'll talk to some of those guys when we come back. First, let's talk about what's happening later tonight. Lucas Oil NHRA Nationals qualifying tonight, and Ashley Force Hood, number 1, going into today's round of qualifying in Funny Car. Finals tomorrow at 10 Eastern, both on ESPN2. Then NASCAR Sprint Cup Series action, the Carfax 400, right here from Michigan International, tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPN, with NASCAR Countdown starting at noon Eastern. And then we'll have the Nationwide Series under the lights at Bristol. Oh, yeah, we're going to Bristol. Friday, 7 Eastern on ESPN. So as the trophies presented and the fans start filing out, getting ready for tomorrow's race, we'll be back with a lot more. As we mentioned, we'll talk to some of the young guns.